Raheem Sterling to Chelsea, personal terms agreed. That means Chelsea has already agreed a fee with the side which goes by the names of Man City in there for you. Fabrizio Romano, David Austin onto this one, Ben Jacobs, very many credible and tier 1 journalists onto this story in here for you. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go in the right bottom corner, smash the subscription button after smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. I go by the names of Rokani David, and the channel is known as the Rokani Media Football in there for you. Now, yesterday, news was broken by David Austin that Raheem Sterling has agreed personal terms with Chelsea ahead of his proposed transfer from Man City. Sources expect confirmation imminently on fee. Chelsea will pay Manchester City for attacker in there for you. 27-year-old England international prime target for Thomas Tuchel in there for you. Then Fabrizio Romano went ahead to say that Raheem Sterling accepted Chelsea as future destination weeks ago after direct talk with Thomas Tuchel and personal terms fully agreed. He will be among the best paid players at Chelsea. Chelsea and City set to agree a final fee around £45 million and then it will be completed. That's what Fabrizio Romano had to say in there for you. So it shows you that personal terms have been agreed and they've settled on a fee of £45 million. The way Man City are really doing their business is really great. And I've always told people that if at all you want to know that your team is good at doing businesses like this, what do you have to do? Go ahead and really look the outings and the incomings. Who are the first? If your team registers incomings first, then outcoming second, then they know how to do transfer business. But if at all it's vice versa, then your team is really doing nothing, because when you let outgoings to go fast, then you're really going to be hold ransom on the player that you want, because they will say, all right, you've already sold that player in that position. Now we have nothing to do. You only have one option to take this player in there for you. So Fabrizio Romano is telling you that they've brought in a man who goes by the name of Sterling. And remember, Man City have brought in Julian Alves. They've brought in Erling Haaland. They've brought in Calvin Phillips. They're going for Cucurella. Rumor has it that they can even go for João Felix of Atletico Madrid. When you look at the money they've brought in, £45 million for a player who goes by the names of Gabriel Jesus, £45 million for Raheem Sterling. Then it's rumored that even Nathan Ake is going to Chelsea and they might collect some £45 million from him. So Man City is really so up there when it comes to doing transfer business. I really admire the administration and their negotiators and how they really go ahead and plan. Football London has come out and really confirmed that Fabrizio has really gone ahead to say that Chelsea have officially agreed personal terms with Raheem Sterling. He will earn £300,000 a week, making him the club's highest paid player. Those are reports in there for you. So it shows you that they really needed him. If at all Chelsea has gone in for £300,000 a week for Raheem Sterling, he has been really one of those players that Thomas Tuchel really needs, because people like Rudiger, we are requesting for £200,000 a week, but they told them no, we are not renewing your contract. Better find your way out of Chelsea in there for you. So Raheem Sterling is going to be the highest paid player at a side which goes by the names of Chelsea. Note that too. Then Jacobs Ben has come out and said Raheem Sterling has agreed to join Chelsea FC and will be Boyle's first signing. As previously reported, Chelsea will pay £45 million plus add-ons. Clubs finalizing agreement which has been verbally in place since Friday, in time for Sterling to fly to US for pre-season. I told you that Jacobs Ben is really one of those people I'm really admiring. Jacobs Ben is a CBBS Sports Glasgow in there for you, and he's a Leicester fan and he has lots of news from that side. But he was the first to break the story that Man City have agreed a verbal agreement with Arsenal on Gabriel Jesus. Then he came out to really tell us about Raheem Sterling, that they had really agreed verbally on Friday, and now it's finally out, and everything is really going to be happening as the way Chelsea and Man City want it. He's also really so much into that Utilman story, telling us that Arsenal and Utilmans have already agreed personal terms, and those personal terms were agreed way back, not now, way back in last summer, that is June 2021. That is Jacobs Ben. And when you hear him say something, just put respect to his name, because he's really one of those that are really legit into the industry. That's what I've told you, that when you're going into this, we are only having tier 1 journalists. Now, the Telegraph came out and said Raheem Sterling will become the highest paid player at Chelsea after agreeing terms on a contract that is worth more than his £300,000 a week deal at Man City in there for you. But it's confirmed he's going to be earning £300,000 a week. Then we had Jack Gogan, is a Northern football reporter for Daily Mail. He said Chelsea-bound Raheem Sterling wants to be the main man to achieve personal ambitions, and he no longer felt that was possible at City. All right, he's right at that, because at Man City, Pep Guardiola felt like the real man and the big man was Kun Aguero. After Kun Aguero, there came in a player who goes by the names of Kevin De Bruyne, because right now the most celebrated player at Man City is Kevin De Bruyne. That's it. So they brought in Erling Haaland, looking like the project is going to rotate on Erling Haaland for the next 2, 3, 4 years at Man City. And Sterling was not so much convinced by what Pep Guardiola did to him last season for not giving him enough playing time. Especially, he never really started very many games. He always came from the bench, though he really put up good numbers last season also. But I will believe that he was not contented with the amount of playing time he was being given. And Pep Guardiola believes that it's time for Raheem Sterling to pave way for a player like Jack Grealish at Man City. So we are waiting to see how this is going to happen. But at Chelsea, sure deal. It's a sure deal. He's really going to be that player that is going to really be the face of the project, because he's really going to be playing as a false 9, according to me. And you know him, he really has a very huge engine. He really runs and tracks back very well, of which that's what Tuchel looks at, especially in qualities of the player he's going to sign. You must be a player with a big heart, and you must be able to travel huge distances on the field of play, and that is Raheem Sterling for you in there. For people say that Raheem Sterling always misses lots of chances, but trust me, he misses lots of chances because when you look at Man City, they create them. You get? He's coming at the side of Chelsea that needs him to be more prolific. Obviously, I know together with Thomas Tuchel, they will add up brains and he will be a more clinical player in there for you. So we are waiting to see how this happens in there for you. And him coming, saying that he wants to be the main man to achieve personal ambitions. You get? That means Chelsea are not going to bring in Ronaldo. Because whenever Ronaldo storms your team, obviously, he takes the shine off the other players. Don't you know that? It's known all over the world as far as Ronaldo is concerned. Then Raheem Sterling sees his move to Chelsea as a clean slate in reference to the racism he endured at Stamford Bridge in 2018, for which a fan was handed a lifetime ban. He would not be heading back south if he was uncomfortable. So he's really doing this for many reasons, even to fight racism in there for you. That has been reported by Mail Sport in there for you. Mail Online Sport has brought us that story. Then Fabrizio Romano today morning, he said that Chelsea will be in direct contact with Man City today in order to complete Sterling deal. Fee almost agreed, around £45 million guaranteed plus add-ons, same as Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal. Personal terms fully agreed. Thomas Tuchel already had direct contacts with Sterling. Sterling looks like he wants to come at Chelsea and really get us something different that Pep Guardiola hasn't been able to get out of him. Yet to me, I really believe that Pep had really done a very good job, and it really comes to an end for any player. For Raheem Sterling, when you look at his contract at Man City, they said we're not rewarding a new contract, and they sold him at that amount of money. By the way, when you look at City, they know their worth. They know the worth of their players. And they said we're not really getting you a new contract because we've brought in Julian Alves, Erling Haaland, who are in 21, 22 years of age. Why should we go in and really stay with people like Raheem Sterling? Because Raheem Sterling is an English player, and whenever he's on the bench and you're not giving him games to play or enough playing time, the English media will be all over you for the reason that they are going in the World Cup. He's one of the main players that the England manager, Southgate, really looks at to deliver at the World Cup. So if at all you don't really give him enough playing time, the English media will bombard you left, right, and center. That's the English media. So obviously, you have to go on and really late it at the level where they really need to go on and see their player play the game of football. So that is what Raheem Sterling is all about. And Thomas Tuchel has held direct talks with the player and assured him of what he is really yearning for. He has told him you're going to be the main man for the project. Let's wait and see whether it's really going to happen that way. That is Chelsea taking Raheem Sterling. Now, Nick Purewal, Chelsea correspondent for PA and the National News Agency for the UK and Ireland, he has said the Chelsea squad is understood to be excited by Raheem Sterling, pending arrival, and the mood has been lifted by the club's transfer market activity. Obviously, to me, I really regard Raheem Sterling as a world-class player. When you look at the seasons as played at at Man City, he has really scored very many goals, and he has averaged 20 goals for the previous 6 seasons. He has been at a side which goes by the names of Man City. So let no one really come in here and really underrate this player. To me, he's a world-class player. People will say that you are lying, Rokani, but he's a world-class. What do you refer to a player being world-class? You get? If a player has been registering goals for fun, even last season, one of those that really didn't show up very well in the Premier League, he scored 13 goals in 30 matches and 5 assists, meaning that he had 18 involvements in 30 games. When you look at the Champions League, he played 12 games and scored 3 goals. That is Raheem Sterling for you, meeting that 42 games, tallying to how many? The other ones were the involvations were 18. Those are 22 involvements. Then in the EFL Cup, he played 2 games and put up 1 assist. Those are 23 goal involvements in there for you. So this lad is really a monster of a player. They're taking a player who is motivated, having a winning mentality, coming in from a club where winning is the day-to-day activity. That is Raheem Sterling, and they're really taking him a finished product from Pep Guardiola. People will say that, no, he is out, he's tired, he's run out. To me, I don't believe that. He still has some good 5 years on him, because Raheem Sterling is really one of those players that when he's on the field of play, you are worried about him. Amidst being wasteful at Man City, but let's see whether at Chelsea, Tuchel will improve that. Jacobs Ben today has really come out and told us that Chelsea will complete the signing of Sterling today. A verbal agreement has been in place since last week for a £45 million deal with add-ons finalized this week. Deal could rise to £55 million. Clubs always confident of a sale since never too far apart in valuation there for you. So it says that there are going to be £10 million of add-ons, and obviously Man City is going to get all that money in there for you, because he's going to go at Chelsea. Chelsea will reach, they'll always qualify for the Champions League, they reach the quarterfinals of the Champions League, semi-finals, and maybe they'll win a Premier League in the next 2-3 years of his stay at Chelsea. Obviously that will fetch in money for a side which goes by the names of Chelsea. So Raheem Sterling is really a good player, and I think Chelsea are really taking themselves a very good player. If at all at Manchester United you told me that I get you Raheem Sterling, I'll tell you yes. Why? He's a direct player. His winning mentality. He has a big engine. He's a pressing forward. He has goals in him and assists. Talk of selfish players, Raheem Sterling is not one of those. And at Chelsea, where he's going, he's really going to go ahead and deliver lots of things that we expect him to go. So guys, feel free to go in the comment section and tell me what you think about Raheem Sterling. Personal terms agreed, broken by Fabrizio Romano and David Austin. And we are here to really wait to see your reactions into the comment section below. I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you really find this video so much delightful and enjoying, please share it to your WhatsApp group, to your Facebook group, in there for you, and Twitter, Instagram, and elsewhere that you think it will make sense to all of those people on those platforms to watch. Rokani David is my name. Rokani Media Football is where we are, and we sign out for now, and maybe later we'll bring in a story of Raheem Sterling as a here we go from the people like Fabricio or David Austin that broke the story yesterday night. I sign out for now. See you later.